Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. We are in the fourth day of fasting. I don't know, I haven't really counted. But anyways, right now it's a very difficult situation with the lockdown. I think it's going to be soon 2 months of lockdown. For those who are struggling with mental health, I totally get you, totally understand you. My compassion, my love, and my support with you. I'm struggling myself so hard that just thinking of you guys perhaps gives me a little bit of strength, because it's not our fault. We didn't choose to feel this way. We never decided that we want to feel depressed or that we want horrible things to happen to us. I know that you keep beating yourself trying to understand why me, why this, why God does this to good people, why suffer so much. There are no clear-cut answers, my dear brothers and sisters, but just believe that you are worthy of love. Anyways, I'm trying to, let me end the introductory phrases right here and get to the core of the subject. I was writing down yesterday some of my coping strategies. It's not like I have been able to do these successfully myself, but just some things which depression is teaching me. First and foremost, do not panic. I know that when we feel terribly depressed, our first immediate reaction is to feel panicked. We feel a sense of something being terribly wrong. We can't live. So breathe and accept the feeling, let it sink in, do not run away from it. This is absolutely normal. You are not guilty and not the only one to go through these. It is part of the human existence. Everything is temporary here, even life itself. As a Muslim, I think that's a philosophy which is quite helpful, if not totally. We know that life, nothing belongs to us here. We are not going to live forever. We have to leave one day. We will die. So I don't know what's your age. I'm 26 years old. The idea of having to wait for death to come is a painful one when you are depressed. When you are happy, you don't want to die ever. When you're depressed, you don't want to live. That's what I thought, like, do not panic. Of course, easier said than done. Number two, seek help. Go and talk about what is bothering you to other people whom you trust. Do not pretend that you got this. Seek a professional therapist and do not leave your medications if you need them. Now, yeah, there are many times I know when my situation is becoming very serious and I need help. Like right now, I need help. I'm going to see a therapist in a couple of hours and contact him. But the moment you start to feel like suicidal thoughts and you can't function normally, you have to get help at any cost. Number three, do it anyways. Don't let the depression prevent you from doing your usual activities like going out, socializing, seeing your friends, painting, reading, whatever it is. It will be hard, but you can at least try. It is better to do something while depressed than not do it at all. Again, I know that when you're depressed, you can't even move your body from the bed. You can't. It's like you become like, you feel like you feel like you are not in control of anything. Your own body does not listen to you. And everything is like mission impossible. I know, I'm going through it myself, but I'm still trying to help you. Maybe it can help me. And number four, spread awareness. Since you know best how it feels, you can share your experience with the world to reduce stigma when it comes to mental health. Educate and help others because it makes a huge difference. I have been watching myself channels where, you know, the bloggers who talk about depression. I feel less lonely. I feel like I'm not totally crazy. Someone actually knows how it feels, and I'm not happy to see someone else struggling, but it's like, you know, that, you know, it's part of life and it's not our fault. Number five, see the bigger picture. There are many things in life that we do not and might never understand. Existential questions that do not have a rational answer, but nothing happens out of coincidence. Try to learn something from it. So yeah, I tell myself that, you know, life is so much more complex and abstract, and depression is something that even more, because you can't see it. It's not an external physical wound. You can't pinpoint exactly, so this happened to me, this is why I got depressed, this is what I need to do, I will be cured from it. Some people might experience depression once and never again. Some people might be experience it several times. Like myself, I relapsed several times. Some people might never heal from it. Some people might have different coping strategies and the different stories that they tell themselves. Do not curse yourself. The first instinct that we have is to hate and blame ourselves. We feel guilty for suffering and feel like that we have no right to be happy. It is totally false. You have to combat these negative voices. You deserve peace and healing. Now, I write all these things. I know that I am myself. I keep cursing myself. For those when we feel very depressed, we feel like we don't have the right to be happy. I don't know why, but we just feel like guilty. Even if in the first place, if you have suffered from a trauma, it was not your fault. Now, if you're suffering, it's not your fault. And you blame yourself for all the things which you are not responsible for. It makes no sense, but depression is like a very dark, kind of evil force trying to tell you only horrible things about yourself. Love is good for you. Love will not heal you totally, but it will make you feel like you matter, you are special, and it will make you want to be better for those people. We did not come here to be all by ourselves. We need love like food. Unfortunately, I am not currently in an environment where love is very predominant. My mother is very loving and caring. There is no doubt about that, but if you have certain issues in your house, in your family, the persons you live with, perhaps you're also not getting that love. It can play a big role in your healing, can prevent you from healing. I have noticed that whenever I have been around positive, loving, caring people, I feel different. I almost start to laugh again. I almost smile again. I feel like the depression does not have such a grip on me. Positive visualization. Do not always have a worst case scenario syndrome. There are good people and good things that can happen in life, and you are capable of healing. You have done so much more before. Be gentle with yourself. Trust yourself. So again, all these tips that I have written down, I will not pretend that they have transformed me. I'm still feeling terribly down, but I feel so down that I have no choice than try to make sense of it, try to channel it in whatever way I can. Probably I can use that pain for something, but I'm again telling you very honestly that when you go through it, it's so hard. Nothing is as hard in life than being depressed and having to live, being unable to do anything, and just wanting to cry all day, and being in lockdown. Lockdown is protecting you from getting a virus and catching the coronavirus, which is a logical solution. I understand, but probably what the government doesn't understand or realize is try to put yourself in the shoes of people who go through mental health issues. It's very dangerous to impose a lockdown on someone who is already depressed, or who has a history of depression, or who is going through certain problems in their personal lives at home. You are almost driving the person to suicide. You're placing them in such a dangerous situation, like caging, imprisoning someone who already has so much emotional baggage going on. It's not a good idea at all. So I honestly hope that this is going to end very soon, and that we're never going to experience it again, because I don't know if I will be able to survive another lockdown. Last year was also very horrible, not just for me, I assume for many other people as well. So I don't know what to think. I don't know what to do. Perhaps God will listen to our supplication and give us some remedy. We have no other choice but to keep praying and hoping, because that's the only thing that we have left.